Hello, everybody out there. We're getting people pouring in now. I just wanted to make sure we do a sound check. So if you can hear me, this is Peter Lasowski with the Croc Brain Selling Formula. We're going to be talking about Facebook prospecting today. This is really near and dear to my heart. So I just wanted to make sure you can hear me. If you can, just type in the chat box, yes, you can hear me, and that would be great. We've got a bunch of people already loaded in here, so just in the chat box, just type yes, you can hear me, and that way I can make sure that we've got the sound check going. And then if you can see the screen too as well, it should say Facebook prospecting, my 5-step formula to get attention, make connection, inspire action. Just say yes, I can see you. Or yes, I can see the screen, or yes, I can see you, or however you want to say it. So we've got some people pouring in here. Kehao, I can hear you. My good brother Kehao from the islands. So that's good. Bruce says yes, but I'm not sure. Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can see you. Just yes, I can hear you. Good. And if you can see me as well, Facebook prospecting formula here, just say yes, I can see you. So Sandra, I'm sorry you cannot hear me. Others say yes, I can hear you. So maybe Sandra, you've got some sound things I can on your end. So if you can see the screen, say yes, I can see you. I'll just put that in on the sticky message note, and we'll just do that as well. I just want to make sure that everything's good. If you can see the screen, just please type I can see the screen instead of just yes, because I can, okay, yes, I can hear you. Beth, put in yes, I can hear you and see you. Gary, let's see, Catherine, Bruce, yes on both. Okay, great. Yes to all questions, Salim, so that's good. Beverly, okay. Great, guys. We're sitting about 5:03. We got people here from, oh my gosh, all over the place. You have people here I recognize from the United States, from Canada, from Australia, from New Zealand, from European Union. Pretty much everywhere there's English-speaking countries, we have them on here. So that's good to see. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight and go through this Facebook prospecting. And what I'm gonna do tonight too is a little bit different we've done before. Is I'm going to also tap over to my computer screen. I'm going to show you some things. Actually, just what I did today, just to prove it to you that this thing works, and that what I just did today. I did a post today just so you could see kind of what happens when you do it. And this was on Sunday, which is not really a heavy traffic day for Facebook, actually. Statistics are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the more heavily trafficked. But I'm going to show you some different posts I've done and some different shares and the reach that they had and kind of what goes on and as far as prospecting. And then there's we'll talk about the service that I offer at the very end. It's a very cheap service. It's $12 a month, but I'll show you what you get and all the bonuses with that and what hundreds of people are using on this service and how they're doing. I talked about the water money. That's part of the bonus as far as how Bill and I, what Bill did for 6 figures this last year and things like that. So you're going to see all that kind of stuff today. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you have been really wanting to have a way to in addition to going out and talking to people face to face, then you should do that. But if you want a way online that's going to access a lot of people and bring them in, get them interested in your product or service. And again, we have from looking at the attendee list, we have King and Water people here, which is great. Appreciate it, guys. I sell the machines too. We have financial planners. We have realtors on this thing. We have mortgage lenders. We have attorneys. I see there's a chiropractor too that I know. You know, the list goes on and on. So this is something that anybody can do for your business and how you bring more prospects into your business. And I'm going to talk about that across the board. So we'll get into that as well. One thing, guys, I want to mention before we get started here too is just due to my production load, and some of you I want to mention too last week that were on about the sales hook formula. I will get your I'm sorry about the delay. I'll get your critiques out to you tomorrow morning. It's just been a busy week, but I'm doing a lot of product launches and selling a lot of King and water machines and all that kind of stuff. So I will get that done. We are going to run instead of every week now, once every 2 weeks. And so the next class or the next webinar will be August 31st. I know that's smack dab in a holiday. We won't have one on the 24th. So it'll be August 31st, and then will be September 14th. So I'm going to start running them once every 2 weeks. That way I can, you know, we'll still have these on an ongoing basis, but it's just I have a lot of stuff that's going on as well as you do, and I want to make sure that we do good quality preparation. I don't fall down on the job for you guys. The next one on August 31st is going to be a Q&A. Again, we're going to do live Q&A and, you know, answer all your questions and things like that in that full hour. Okay, so let's get going here. We're going to, and again, if you have any questions or anything that's going on, you know, in your world that you want to ask me, go ahead and throw them up in the chat, and I'll make sure I get back to you via email or some, you know, if you leave your email address in there, if I don't have it, then I'll answer that here. Okay, so so we're going to get going here on the Facebook prospecting, and we're going to do a lot of learning tonight, and I'm going to show you this, you know, a way to not only get people to message you, but also be able to capture their email with this really inexpensive service that I offer, and all the bonuses that you can get at, you know, and to help you grow your business. Okay, so we'll get started. Let's see here. So let's get moving through here. Now, to start with, on Facebook prospecting, the key thing, all the people that I talked to, and I did interview Bill, and that's going to be part of the transcript in Water Money, so you can see what he's doing, what I'm doing. We're both selling machines on Facebook. The key thing is on Facebook and getting prospects is, number one, relevance. What I mean by that is you have to create posts or topics that are relevant to what people will want to read and share. Okay, this is, I mean, if you talk about things going viral, and you're going to see, I'm going to show you some numbers on some of the stuff that, you know, as far as shares, you don't have to have thousands of shares. It could be a few shares, and you'll see the thousands and thousands of people that you reach on Facebook. And I'm going to give you, you know, some of those kinds of things. So, but relevance is, and I'll talk to you about what that means specifically in my 5-step formula here, and how to get relevance and how to post things that people want to read and people want to share. Number two is consistency. Now, when I talk about consistency, is you just got to be doing this, you know, week in and week out. Okay, you don't have to be doing 7 days a week. You don't have to be doing, you know, 4 to 5 times a week is good. You can, you know, I carry a load of prospects on Facebook, somewhere between 25 and 50 prospects in my email drip campaign, and then they go through the sales funnel, and I'll talk, you know, to you about that, and, you know, and that will help you understand, well, here's how you get them to message you or call you or email you, as far as going, saying, okay, I'm ready, I'd like to explore trying the water and go through the process that you go through, or anything for your business. I'd like to come visit for your business. I'd like to take advantage of the coupon you have. I'd like to have a consultation with you. Whatever it is you do in your business, it doesn't matter. But you know, the consistency is the key. And that also, guys, one of the bonuses in here, I have a book I wrote called The Facebook Effect, and I sell it on Amazon. You're going to get it for free here as part of the service, and that is, there's a Facebook what's called an edge factor, and the consistency of posts and the relevance of the posts is what increases your edge factor. It's like SEO in Google on page 1, and I explain that in the book and what it is and how to get a better edge factor and all that kind of stuff. Guys, if you're having trouble, one of the things, if you just reload the link, if you're having trouble, going in, as far as, or relog in, sometimes on this Webinar Jam, if there's issues, just go ahead and relog in or reload the link and it'll work for you. All right, so what I'm going to do, guys, we're going to move ahead here. I'm going to give you my 5-step formula of what I do. Step number 1 is, it's all about, first off, if you guys know, and what happens in Facebook is things that get shared are images, okay? A lot of text and a lot of reading doesn't get shared as well as images. So, if you go back to maybe a few months ago or a few years ago, Facebook, like a lot of dog pictures and dog pictures and all that kind of stuff would get shared. Now, we're not into that kind of stuff because we're not, I'm sure you guys do personal stuff, but here's the thing is, if you're doing it for a business reason, you want to find an image, okay? And that image is related to picking a topic. I'm going to show you how to do that, how to pick a topic, how to Google for finding those images, and then how to save it to folders. So a lot of you that maybe not necessarily, if you're new to Facebook or you're new to computers, and so the thing is that it's really about that picture. It's about picking that relevant topic, and it's about putting that up on Facebook. Now, Beth had asked just a quick question. She says, I have a lot of friends on Facebook that are Magic distributors who blast my news feed. Should I start a new Facebook page? How will I stand out? No, you don't have to. Again, if you notice, I'm going to take you over to my profile page. Bill and I just do it off our profile page. I have a King & Team 100. A lot of you have liked the page. I have a Facebook page, but you don't have to do that. This can be off your own profile page, and I'm going to show you, and there's a bonus in here about how to expand and share into other groups that are like-kind to you, no matter what you're doing. Now, Beth happens to be in an Magic, so you are going to want to go over to health and fitness, and I'm going to show you, in the bonus, I'm going to teach you exactly how to find these groups and get access to thousands of people, okay? Remember, there's about 1.8 billion people on Facebook, so getting access to several 100,000 at a time with a post is not hard to do, okay? So you want to go ahead and find that image, and I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? Next is, in that finding the image, you want to pick a topic, okay? Now, these topics, as it relates to things that are relevant, okay, topics either have to speak to a problem solution. In other words, somebody is having a problem with something. It could be like weight loss. It could be related to not having enough money for retirement. It could be having an issue with their home if you're a realtor, or home improvement. It could be related to a lot of different things, but people have problems that they need to get solved. And so you're going to go through a problem solution in your post, okay? It could also be related to a current story and event. I'm going to give you some examples, there that really are related to problems and solutions, okay? So if you look at that particular situation, and I'll go into the problem solution and the current story and event. Current stories and events are great. We'll go through some of those kinds of things. It's related to, it could be like the government released a particular report, or the American Cancer Society reported, or Bob Bernanke announced a new, reduction in interest rates for housing. There's a lot of these current stories and events that will catch people's eyes, that really get people to want to say, okay, I'm going to read that post. The third one that's most powerful is you're going to address an inner dialogue, and then the answer to that inner dialogue, and I'm going to talk about that. So these are the three most powerful as far as when you pick a topic related to a problem solution, or a current story and event, or an inner dialogue that's going on in their mind that you know about, because in previous ones I talked about attract the angels, repel the devils. If you've done your homework and you have identified your angel avatars, you're going to know what their inner dialogue is, and you're going to be able to post to those kinds of things that are going on in their mind. For you guys out there, that are doing Enagic machines, the King and Water machines, if you're talking to somebody who has acid reflux, the inner dialogue is, how do I get rid of my acid reflux? Okay, so there could be something you're going to post related to that. The top 5 ways to get rid of acid reflux, of which one of them could be King and Water. Okay, do you see what I'm saying here? So this is why it's so powerful, and this is how you pick these different topics. Now, going into this and diving in a little bit more, and we're going to kind of toggle back and forth between what I'll show you what I do on my Facebook on my profile on Facebook, and what I'm teaching you here is in problem solution. It could be around things like health and fitness, money and retirement, home selling and improvement. And again, I know there's a lot of different types of businesses that are on this webinar call. Could be related to financial independence, or a business builder, or someone that wants to come on and work with you in direct selling to achieve financial independence. You could be a small business owner. I see there's some small business owners on this call right now as it relates to running a business and things like that. So, the key thing, guys, is if you look at that in each of these problem solutions, health and fitness, big things that will get you a lot of shares, a lot of likes, a lot of activity are weight loss, cancer, acid reflux. Think about things that are hitting millions of Americans, okay? Money and retirement is, how do you, if you're a financial planner on this call, how do you do investments when there's volatility in the market? Guys, there's going to be volatility in the market for the next probably 20 or 30 years, because we have 10,000 people a day turning 65, and at 72 they have a required distribution they have to have. And if you look at what's going on right now, and I work with different financial planners as a consultant, there's a lot of volatility in the market, and there will be for years to come. Could be also the 10-year retirement plan. It's like, if you're 50, how do you retire at 60? How do you create enough money over that 10 years? Home selling and improvement. That's another biggie. If you're we have some general contractors on here. If you're into that, the top 5 tips, or realtors, to sell your home for top dollar. Or it could be a fall maintenance checklist, because fall's coming up. We're getting near the end of summer, that kind of thing. Financial independence. If you have like you guys that are in Enagic, if you have a business that will get you towards financial independence, then it could be something like, well, how do I find a business and that's going to get me the financial independence I'm looking for, and what to look for, the top 5 tips to look for, and you can tie it into your business. Or you could do what to do in the first 60 days when you launch your direct selling business that's going to bring in the money into the door and cash in the bank. Or if you're running a business, and the last one, it could be, well, how do I get found online? How do I do search engine optimization? And how do I get on page 1 of Google? Or it could be Facebook marketing, like this one. How do you prospect and market and sell on Facebook? So those are the key things that are related to picking a topic around a problem solution. Okay, if we're moving towards things like current story events, it could be the government just released a report. Okay, here's a good example for you guys that are in Enagic, because I know there's a bunch of you on here. The government released a report where they upped in fact, Bill posted something on this. The government released a report where they upped the amount of pesticides that you can ingest in any given year, and it's an astronomical amount. So if you guys are selling King and Water, or the Enagic machines, the 11.5, takes the pesticides off. You can tie it back to that. Do you really want to be eating and ingesting these carcinogenic materials? And now we're able to eat even more, so the farmers can put more pesticides on their fruits and vegetables, and we as both people who are adults and their children, we get to eat more of these pesticides. Now, is that good? No. Okay, or it could be something related to the American Cancer Society reported. The good one there that I use all the time is now 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women are statistically going to get cancer now, according to the American Cancer Society reports. I mean, if you think about that, that's going to get people to stop in their tracks. They're going to go, boy, I don't want to be one of those 1 in 2 or 1 in 3. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? So this is what, as you pick a topic that are powerful, this is what gets results. Second, the inner dialogue answer. Now, how and if you do that, if you could just answer this one question, if you know your customers and they said, if I could just whatever. Now, it could be, if you're in financial planning, if I could just retire at 65 with enough money so that I could travel and do the things I want, not eat cat food on the back of the porch. Or if you're in Enagic, if I could just get rid of my type 2 diabetes, or if I could just conquer my acid reflux. Or if you're into selling your home, if I could just get top dollar for my home, what would I have to do to my home and keep the cost down in order to get that to happen? Do you guys see? Deborah put AOK times 2. Thanks, Deborah. But you guys, that's the inner dialogue answer. Everyone, including yourself, you have things that are going on in your head. You have an inner dialogue, and I talk about this in the Story Selling Blueprint formula that I'm launching this fall. Is we all have these things. It's connecting with that inner dialogue and being able to address that. And as it relates to Facebook prospecting, that's what's going to be in your posts, because people are going to go, wow, I was thinking about that. I better click on this link because obviously this is about me. Okay, so here's the thing we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to show you now. We're going to flip over and I'm going to go over to the actual interwebs, and I'm going to show you some things about how you Google for a particular image. Okay, so we're going to go over there and I'm going to show you how to Google an image, and this will give you kind of an example. We're going to do this live, and again, guys, this is not, I mean, I kind of have an idea of what we're doing, but at the same time, I'm just doing this off the top of my head because I want you guys to understand how easy this really is. Now, if you look, this is my personal profile. If you see, that's my son right there, my son Kai, and we're at a baseball game. And give you an idea, guys, here's the thing. If you look at this, in fact, I just posted this morning to show you. I went out and found this image about Cancer 101, and I put a headline. I'm going to teach you about some of the headline stuff here today and what to do. But the Cancer 101, when you might be at risk and what you can do about it. Source is the American Cancer Society, the Canadian Cancer Society, the Calgary Sun, Life. Find out the 9 hidden truths about your health. Watch this. And see, I want them to click on this link. Now, here's the other thing I do, and I'm going to show you how to put this together about headlines. Is you want to tell them what exactly to do. Please share this post, and then private message me for more information. Again, this is what Bill and I are doing. We're having people message us, or they're going to this link and they're opting in for the report. And like I said, I have 25 to 50 people at a time that I'm working with in my email marketing campaign. I mean, how would you guys like to have 25 to 50 people in any given week that you're prospecting that are just from Facebook? You know, I mean, it's a pretty good thing. Now, I want to show you something very, very powerful. I put this up this morning, okay? Do you see here, I already have 35 shares, okay? And I have 7, 8, 9, 10 people that like this, okay? And let's go through these 35 shares. Now, I'm going to do some math, and you're going to see it here on the presentation. The average Facebook person on Facebook has 150 people or 150 friends, okay? So if I have 35 shares times 150, that is 5,250 people. But remember, those 150 people, right, or those 35 shares with 150 people, their friends also saw it. So I have to multiply it by another 150. Right now, this Cancer 101, you guys, so you know, has been seen by 787,500 people. Okay? So the thing about it is, guys, is I'm almost at 1 million people just from a post I did this Sunday morning on Cancer 101. Okay? And if you look at this, you'll see. I'll pull this up here so you can see. There's Kylie Parsons, Connie Cole, Christine. I mean, there's attachments. Now, the thing is, I'm going to show you what happens here. Now, Kylie shared this, 1 hour ago? And she's an Enagic distributor. But look what happened here. If you look right here, my link is right there. She shared it to all her friends, but my link is there. So if they want to watch it, they're going to click on that link, and they're going to go to my Facebook prospecting service, my custom website, where they watch the video and they opt in for my report. You see how this works? Because it's good information, she shared it, and that's what happens. And that's how I got to 787,500 people. So again, I mean, guys, here's the thing. You can see the power of this. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to open up a new page here, and we're going to go to Google. So I'm doing this real time. This is not staged. And let's do this, because I know some of you guys are King and Water people. let's do, we'll type in the top reasons for drinking water. Let's just see what that comes up with. Okay, now here's the thing. You see here up here, there's web, images, news, video, shopping. You can go all around, but remember I said step one is get the image. So I'm going to click over here on this get the image. Okay, now if you look, there's all kinds of images, and what I love is I love these little infographics. You see these here? So let's click on this one right here, because I've used this one before, and you're going to see how many shares this thing got. But look at this: 10 reasons to drink more water, what it does to your body. Okay, and you can tie that in with Kangen water. Okay, so the thing is that what I'm going to do now is I found this image. It's like, wow, this is pretty cool. So I'm going to right click. Okay, and you see I go down here to save the image as, and I just do a save image as. And now I'm going to go over to my documents, and let's go to, let's see, you guys are seeing what's in my hard drive here, Kangen Facebook posts, and the top 10 reasons to drink more water. I'm going to save it right there. Okay, done. And I have that saved to my hard drive, and I can use that in a post. Okay, do you see how powerful that is? Now here's the thing. So I want to show you, I'm going to go down, and this one I did use, and let's just go all the way down here to that top 10 reasons, because I'm going to show you exactly how this all works. I mean, so you guys, there's nothing left, no stone unturned here. Here it is right here. Do you see that right here on the screen? I did that one back in April. And by the way, you can recycle these, because I did the cancer one a few months ago, and I recycled it, and I still got 35 new shares. Look at here. I have 83 shares. Do you see that? 83 shares, 3 comments, 15 likes for this top 10 reasons to drink more water. Now we're going to do the math on 83 shares, okay? Just so you guys see how powerful this is. 83, you get the calculator running right here, times 150. That's the average number of people per or friends on Facebook. That's 12,450 people, number one. But remember, the next level see it as well, times 150. I had 1,867,500 people see this post, okay, since April 27th. 1,867,500 people. So guys, here's the thing. Where else are you going to get that kind of exposure for basically pennies a day, okay, if you use the prospecting service? I mean, there's nowhere. You cannot get that kind of cheap of advertising, okay? Do you see how powerful this is? So this is why, and I just showed you here, and this one again keeps getting shared. It keeps getting likes, because people, it shows up, and if I want, since it was April, I can go back up and I could recycle that one. Let me show you here just so you can see, just to prove it to you. Where is that one? There it is right there. So you see I posted this one back on May 1st. It had 88 shares right there. Okay, so that's over almost 2 million people again. Now I posted it again, because you can go through and recycle this stuff. Like I said, I just did it this morning, and I've already got 35 shares, or over 780,000 people who've seen this post, and it's the exact same dang post. And again, there's the rest of the story on it. And then it goes down, and there's the thing. These are called, by the way, these are called infographics. I really like these, because you can click on them and they tell a story, and people can print these off and they can review them. But it educates people on what it is you're posting about as far as relevance. Okay, so I hope you see the power in that, and what it's doing, and how. And this is live here right on my Facebook profile, and it's not a Facebook page. Now let me go back to now the presentation here, and I think you're seeing now really how powerful that is. So that was Google the image, right? So I just showed you exactly how to do that. It's just that simple. I'm going to give you a bonus of over 100 plus prepared images you can use to save you a ton of time. Okay, so that was step one. You Google the image. You basically save the image to your computer, and it doesn't matter, where you're at. I mean, or what you're doing in your business. You can type those things into Google and create a whole set of images. What I do is every Sunday, I kind of come up with about 4 or 5 things that I want based on either my database of images that I have, or I go out and I Google and I kind of find things that I want to post, then you can just do that, okay? Now, so step number 2 in that 5-step formula is create the headline. So here's what we're going to do. Type number 1, I'm going to give you the different ways to create headlines, okay? So type number 1 of the headline is you want to arouse curiosity with a question. Remember, I talked about this in the Kroc Brain Selling Formula. Curiosities keep the sales filter of skepticism down, and when you're asking a question, a person's going to want to know, okay, well, especially if they are in that area and they have that inner dialogue, they're going to want to, well, I'm going to read this because this is kind of interesting to me, right? So here's an example. Why is dehydration making you fat and sick? Okay, now just to show you quickly here, we're going to go back over to my page. Now I'm going to show you here something. This is really cool, so you can see this in live. Okay, why is dehydration making you fat and sick? We're going to go down. I'm going to show you where I posted that. This was a while back, but I'll show you what happened. There it is right there. Now, again, guys, this is not, look, this is not a fancy image, but what did I get? I got 24 shares off of that, 20 likes, and 5 comments. Let's do the math. 20 shares times 150, that's 3,000 people, but their people also saw it too. That's times 150. That's 450,000 people that saw this post. Okay? Why dehydration is making you fat and sick. Find out the other 9 hidden truths about your health. Watch this. They click on this, and I'm going to show you what that looks like here later on in the presentation. Please share this post. I got 24 people that did it. If you want to know more, please message me. I got people that messaged me because it was like, if they're overweight, they're going, maybe there's something. You know, if you look at what I wrote, I gave specific things about, well, here's when was the last time your diet really worked, and then I put in so what's the solution, and the solution is easy. And I talked about now here I'm doing posts for King and Water, so I'm promoting that. People who are interested in losing weight, they're going to go, maybe I want to check this out and try out this King and Water. Okay, do you see, guys? Again, this is how powerful this stuff really is, and it really does work. Okay, I'm showing you live how this works. Okay, so that's type 1 is arouse curiosity with a question. Okay, Khadija says, or Khadija says, awesome. It is. I mean, here, Elizabeth, you said pizza. Can you say that again? I'm not sure what you're asking me. So put that in the, maybe I'll repeat it, Elizabeth, if you can let me know what it is. But that's type 1. Type 2, the next kind of headline is you want to do X ways to Y and Z. Now this is getting into copyright as far as sales letter marketing, but I'm giving you everything here that you need to do to create these powerful posts. So you might say, for example, top 5 ways, right? Top 5 ways to lose 20 pounds in 60 days. If you were into weight loss, okay? Or if you're, it could be the top 5 ways to correct your retirement plan in the next 10 days. Okay, X ways to Y and Z. Or it could be the top 5 ways to increase your curb appeal by 10 times in the next 3 days. Okay, so you can sell your house for top dollar. Do you see? If you're a realtor, it's the same kind of thing. You put that headline in there if they're looking for that, and I haven't even gone into this. Is not, guys. There's a whole realm around Facebook advertising that I do, but the thing about it is that this will get them to read it, go to the link where you're going to capture their email address, and then this is basically organic. This is like using this back-end service I'm going to show you for $12 a month, and it's basically, other than that, it's free of charge to you. I mean, where are you going to get advertising like that? You just have to put a little bit of elbow grease, not too much time, for yourself in on this, and you're going to get people who are going to opt in. You're going to get people who are going to message you, just like Bill and I do. Okay. Marty asks, what is the free report advertised in your post, and how do we get it? Well, I'm going to show you that, Marty, at the very end about the service and the restock report and the video and how you capture their email address to do marketing and all the bonuses. That's coming up. So just, Marty, hang with me. You're going to see all this stuff. Right now I'm giving you the keys to the castle about how to do this, about what we do. When I told you, how Bill was making 6 figures doing this same thing, I'm on track to, sell a lot of machines, do the same thing over this next year. this stuff really works. There's a lot of people on Facebook, guys, and if you, I'm not saying this should be your only thing, but if you really want to get, put some horsepower into your business, and it doesn't matter what you sell or what kind of business you're in, people are on Facebook, and if you do it the right way, the way I'm teaching you, you're going to get people to respond to you. Okay? Now, as it relates to creating the headline, type 3 headline is what? Is this. What everyone ought to know about X. Okay? So an example here is what everyone ought to know about losing weight over 40 or losing weight over 50. Now, if you're over 40 and you're 20 or 30 pounds overweight, like millions of Americans are, I think like 2/3 of our population in America is overweight or obese. And I don't know what the numbers are for Canada, but from talking to people up there, I don't think you're far behind. If you were overweight and you're over 40 and you read that headline, you probably want to go, what's this all about? Maybe I better read this post and see what's up. Okay, and I'm telling you, I'm giving you this 5-step formula. We're going through. First, get the image. Next, we're doing step 2 is get the headline. How to write these powerful headlines. You're going to go through and see the next few steps of how to get them to message you or opt in so that you collect their email address. Okay, Marty says I'm hanging and learning. Well, good, Marty, I'm glad. All right, so here's the next one. Okay, so now we go to type 4. Who else wants to X? Okay, this is a question mark. Again, guys, I'm giving you, these are things that copywriters charge thousands of dollars for that I've learned over the years, spending thousands of dollars going to different sales trainings from some of the top people, both in business and on the internet and offline. Okay, this one is very, very powerful. Who else wants X? So an example is, who else wants to be in the best shape of their life after 50? Now, you guys, remember, you have to know who your angel avatars are. So if you have, I'll tell you, if you're in retirement, if you're a financial planner, you're looking for people from 35 to probably 50 because that gives them enough time to save for their retirement. If you're in King and Water, you're probably looking, if you want end consumers, you're looking for people probably 55 and above because they start getting really concerned about their health. So it could be who else wants to be in the best shape of their life after 55. But who else wants to X is very powerful, especially if you know who your angel avatars are and you write that headline up there. It's going to get people to read it, to share it, to like it. And I'm going to show you that. I showed you part of the formula of how to write these headlines and how to do what I call bonk on the head marketing. Tell them exactly what you want them to do in the post, and you'll get the same shares and the messages that I do and that Bill does, and hundreds of people that use this service already, they're getting. Okay, type 5, this is the one. Now, I don't know if you know the story about David Ogilvy and Mather, but David Ogilvy had, in his day, he died, I think, in the late 70s, but he did a lot of the how-to this is before there was computers and Facebook and social media and LinkedIn. And by the way, this works in LinkedIn as well as it does in Facebook. It works in Biznik. It works in Ogoing. There's some Ogoing people on here. All the social media. But David Ogilvy was a master advertiser, and so sorry, Leslie says back off the mic a bit. So I'm sorry about that. I'll put it away from my face there a little bit. But here's the thing: I get passionate about this stuff, guys, because I really, really want to help you to grow your business, and I know that this formula works because it's working for me and it's working for a lot of other people. And so you need to kind of jump on this bandwagon. But going back to David Ogilvy, that guy developed over 1.8 billion in advertising. That's with a B, billion. And one of the things he used was this type 5 of how-to, the how-to. Okay, so how to create advertising that brings money into your bank account. If you go and search David Ogilvy on Ogilvy and Mather, you'll see all this kind of stuff. Okay, one of my coaches, Frank Kern, has made over 50 million on the internet. He's one of my business coaches. He talks about using this, and he's taught us how to do these kinds of things. But the thing is, guys, here's an example: how to create Facebook posts that get attention. Okay, this is what we're talking about right now. So if you're if you were in that kind of business online like we're doing now, if you want to know how to create Facebook posts that get attention, get sales, get conversions, you're probably going to at least read that post. Okay, that's a type 5. Now, the thing is, in the headline, and if you notice, I'm going to show you something here really quickly. Okay, we're going to go back over to let's go back to the top to that the one I just did, so you can see. I'm going to show you here because you want it. There's a thing called above the fold and below the fold. Let me refresh my Facebook. Okay, so you see this. This is what I say. See the graphic here, and then there's like this see more. There's a part that's above the fold that they're going to read. This is where all the critical stuff needs to be. So I have to have my compelling headline, Cancer 101, when you might be at risk and what you can do about it. So people are thinking, this is what is this? This is type 1, aroused curiosity. People are going, okay, when am I at risk and what can I do about it? And wow, the sources are from pretty prominent sources, not just Peter, right? Find out the 9 hidden truths about your health. So that is getting more curiosity. Watch this, click here, and then what do I tell them? Please share this post, private message me for more information. That is all above the see more. This is very, very key that you do these kinds of things up here. So you're going to do your 5 types, right? Whether it's aroused curiosity, who else wants to X, X ways to Y and Z. Those are all. That's all the headlines go up here. Then you're going to do your source if you want to add credibility, arouse curiosity to get them to click on your link, and I'll share that in just a moment. And then tell them exactly what to do in the call to action. Okay, and then you have the graphic. Okay, do you see this is how powerful this is? I get all this stuff up in here. All right, so I wanted to make sure you understood that, because if you put it below the see more, they'll never read it. I mean, remember, in the news feed, people scan. Okay, they don't necessarily read the whole thing. They're looking at the top part, going, okay, do I want to take time on that or not? All right, so that's how important that is to get that in there. All right, so let's go back to the presentation here. So you want to tell them what to do. You want to tell them like your post and share your post, and also let's add one more. Click on the link, right? Because that was watch this, or you want them to do what? Private message me. Okay, so those are the 4 kind of things you want them to do, and you want that to be up in the very top above the fold. All right, so let's keep moving here. So the next thing is like here's an example of a post, right? And I talked about that. It has all the things in there, and I just showed you live on my Facebook profile exactly how to do that. Okay, so in this one, let's go back up, and again, to stress this, remember I had said I had 81 likes on this one, and this was done back in April. Okay, so let's do a viral math. If you look at, according to Statistic Brain, that's where I got that from. The average Facebook user has 150 friends. So if I do 81 shares, that's approximately 12,150. But you got to remember that those 12,150 have an average of 150 friends. So that post right now has reached over 1.8 million that saw that post. Okay, and if you're not sitting back and going, oh my God, this can really explode my business and help me, I don't know what else to tell you, because you got to get on board on this. And again, you know, most people think that social media is a waste of time. It's only because they don't know how to access it. You don't, I mean, I do, like I said, I do advertising, I do boost posts, I do native ads, I do all that kind of stuff, but you don't need to learn all that complicated stuff, because I know a lot of you guys are not computer savvy and are doing those, you know, are ready to do those kinds of things. I'm teaching you the 101 of what you can do to get access to over 1.8 million people using this in a back-end service that I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is really powerful stuff. Now, step 3 in the 5-step formula, remember we went through, first of all, get the image. Second, step 2, create the headline. We just did that with the 5 types, showing you how, you know, that's going to get people to click on your link, private message you, you know, share it and all that kind of stuff. Step 3 is create the post. Okay, now in creating the post, okay, there's some different formulas here when you do the post that are very, very powerful. Okay, one way to do it is you could do the top 5 or the top 10 facts or reasons or discoveries. Okay, because people love facts, people love reasons, and people love discoveries. So you could have the top 5 ways to beat acid reflux in the next 4 days. Okay, as an example. And you're in your body now. When I talk about create the post, this is below the headline. Remember, I showed you the Cancer 101. Above the fold was the headline stuff, and then under the see more, that's going to be the create the post, the whole body. So we're talking about now how to finish that out and create a compelling piece. So it could be a top 5 or top 10. People like top 5, top 10. I mean, think about it on TV. They do this all the time. Or if you look at, guys, if you don't believe me, when you're going through the grocery store aisle and you're buying your stuff, you know those junky magazines that are out there? Look at their headlines. The top 5 ways to get a tighter butt in 30 days. The top 10 ways to lose 20 pounds in the next 30 days. The top 5 ways not to get a divorce or to have better sex with your husband. I mean, it's prevalent, and I'm telling you guys, if you really want to learn good marketing, buy those junky magazines. They are making all kinds of money, and the way they write headlines get people's attentions and pull that thing off while they're sitting there in the grocery aisle or waiting to get their groceries checked out. The stuff flat out works. Okay, so that's one way to do it. The next way is, what's the problem? What's the solution? So remember, people have problems and they're looking for solutions. If they're overweight, that's a problem. The solution is, here's how my product or service can help you lose weight in the next whatever days. Okay. Next one could be hidden truths. I use the hidden truths all the time. Hidden truths are great because it arouses curiosity. Here's the hidden truths about cancer, or the top 5 hidden truths that are the solution for beating cancer. Okay, now you guys in Kagan, one of the hidden truths is, right, Dr. Otto Warburg. You know about that, so you can write about that in posts and get people to go, wow, I never knew about that. Okay, but they're going to click on your link and they're going to opt into your report because you are educating them and you're building trust. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? So that's the next one. Or I like to use this one. Here's the cool secret. So the secret is the solution, right? If you have a problem you presented, then I say, well, here's the cool secret, because that secret is, here's a solution you can go after that's going to give you the answer to your problem. Okay. The next one is great, and I use this in posts, is let me tell you a story. Okay. I talked about stories the last time. You guys know about the story selling blueprint formula. If you don't, you can message me in the chat box here and I'll get you some information on that. But guys, here's the thing. Every famous movie, Star Wars, Casablanca, The Wizard of Oz, you name it, Matrix, they all go through telling a story and what's called the hero's journey. Any good book is the same thing, good piece of literature. Shakespeare used to use the hero's journey that actually was created by Joseph Campbell. But let me tell you, a story gets people, they want to hear the story and they remember those stories. Okay. The next one is, did you know you were at risk? People go, what? I'm at risk? So you see, here's the thing is, people, when you say that in the post, people are going to be very interested in wanting to know what you have to say, because it's like, oh, I'm at risk. Okay, what am I at risk for? Okay, so, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it is, health related, like for you guys, King Water, financial planning, your risk in retirement, home selling, you're at risk for not getting top dollar in your home. General contractor, did you know you're at risk for your roof falling down around your, killing your kids? The thing about it is when you produce the, did you know you're at risk? Okay, that really gets people to stand up and take notice. So these are ways to create the post and use these different formulas here that will get a very compelling post. And again, you don't have to be a copywriting genius. If you use some of these formulas I'm teaching you right here, it's very easy to write posts that are very compelling that get results. Okay. Step 4 in the 5-step formula is generate a CTA, or call to action. Remember, you want to get the click. Remember in that post I showed you in the Cancer 101, I said watch, and I gave the link. Okay. Or you want to get the private message. Now let's go quickly over so you can see. I'll show you. Now Marty, you wanted to see this, and I'm sure a lot of other people did. So let's do this. If I go over here and I go, oh, well, what's this thing I got to watch? I'm going to click on that. Now watch what happens. This is the customized website page for the health risk hiding inside your body. And you can see that it's playing an automatic video, and then I give them a free report over here, the top 10 facts you need to live a healthier, disease-free life. They're putting in their name and email address, and they get instant access to report. This is that service on the back end, because I know a lot of you guys aren't technical, but it's a way for you to capture their email address. And like I said, I deal with 25 to 50 people every month, new prospects that are coming in, working through my sales funnel. Okay, this is all doable, and it's a way to drip market. I'm going to, give you some more information on that in just a moment. Okay. All right, so we're going to go back and screen share here. Let's go back. Okay. Let's get the. All right. Hold on just a moment. If you guys can hear me, just a minute. We are having a technical difficulty, so I'm going to go back out and come back in.